Sir Paul McCartney stands as one of the most celebrated and accomplished songwriters in history. Having written countless hits for the Beatles, his solo career, and even other artists, his musical legacy continues to influence and inspire generations. Songwriting is a rare gift, and McCartney treats it as both a craft and an art form. While his work has inspired numerous musicians, from Harry Styles to countless others, sometimes admiration crosses into imitation. One notable case involved Paul Simon, whose classic album McCartney Once Felt had borrowed heavily from his own style. In 1973, McCartney released the now iconic Band on the Run, a defining moment in his solo career. 3 years earlier, he had parted ways with the Beatles, the band that made him a global icon. His solo journey led to a string of successful albums, including Pipes of Peace, Press to Play, and Off the Ground. Not long after leaving the Beatles, he formed another band, Paul McCartney and Wings, featuring his wife Linda on keyboards. Together, the group recorded 7 studio albums and scored 23 top 40 hits in the United States, including 6 songs that reached #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Their most acclaimed release, Band on the Run, included standout tracks like Jet and its title song. What made Band on the Run particularly special was where it was recorded, Lagos, Nigeria. The decision came from McCartney himself, who once explained that he wanted to get out of England and record somewhere different. After learning from EMI about available studios around the world, he chose Lagos because of his fascination with African rhythms and music. This adventurous choice not only shaped the album's sound, but also went on to inspire other artists, including Paul Simon. More than a decade later, Simon followed a similar path, while creating his 1986 masterpiece, Graceland. Unlike McCartney, who produced a rock-based record in Africa, Simon leaned into the continent's rich musical heritage, embracing a distinctly South African sound. The result was one of his most celebrated albums, featuring hits like You Can Call Me Al. Rather than taking offense at Simon's creative direction, McCartney admired his work, acknowledging that all artists draw from their influences. He once remarked that while every creator borrows ideas, the real artistry lies in how well those influences are transformed. In his view, Simon handled that delicate balance masterfully, turning a risky concept into a timeless success. Interestingly, the mutual respect between the two musical legends went both ways. Paul Simon has openly praised McCartney on multiple occasions, calling him one of the greatest songwriters of all time. Coming from Simon, himself an industry titan known for his poetic lyrics and innovative compositions, the acknowledgement carried immense weight. Across his 7-decade career, Simon has earned 16 Grammy Awards, released numerous hit singles, and achieved #1 albums, both as a solo artist and as half of the legendary duo Simon and Garfunkel. Even in his 80s, Simon has shown no sign of slowing down, recently completing a successful tour. In an interview with Mojo magazine in 2011, when asked who he considered the greatest songwriters ever, he listed names like George Gershwin, Irving Berlin, and Hank Williams, adding Paul McCartney among them. He also mentioned Richard Rodgers and Lawrence Hart, placing John Lennon, Bob Dylan, Bob Marley, Stephen Sondheim, and himself in the next tier. For Simon, the measure of greatness in songwriting lies in one simple truth, whose songs stand the test of time.